So I want to talk about this. So we got Bianca Belair was interviewed backstage by Kathy Kelly on the backstage ring. Said no, that Belair will defend her title against Io Sky at Backlash. The Damage Control showed up and interrupted the interview, and Bayley sang the praise of Sky until Sky interrupted her to speak in Japanese. And Kai said Sky wanted to face Belair tonight. Bayley cut in and challenged Belair to a six-woman tag match. Now, Konnan, have you heard of this thing about this lawsuit where a former black woman writer for the WWE is suing them for discrimination? Do you see this? You haven't seen this? Okay, so this is all over the internet today. Basically, WWE is getting screwed for racial discrimination. Okay?
Right.
And one of the things is that they talked about in this, I saw a transcript of the lawsuit, right?
Right.
Some of the thing, is Bianca was complaining about a line that one of the writers kept telling her to use because she said it made her sound ghetto and she didn't like to use it.
The line was, don't make me take off my earrings and beat your ass.
All right, so I want to say something here. Okay, and this to me is very interesting because, of course, with the social justice warriors and stuff and all that the WWE getting accused of racial discrimination is kind of like, okay, yeah, it must be true, right? And my thing is like, okay, this is all creative stuff, and they're talking about things that were discussed in creative, okay, that maybe never got on TV. So it's like, this show has been produced and has been on repeatedly, and I don't recall anybody watching the content on the TV and saying, "Well, that's racist. That's like that can't like whatever this racial discrimination stuff." It hasn't been played out on television with the creative to where people have noticed it and are talked about it. So I find this like I'm as we learn more about this lawsuit, I find it very interesting because it sounds like, bro, like in the course of creative discussions, this chick is saying that people said like racially charged racial things and stereotypical. And I'm like, so maybe like I bring up if I bring up like if I say something like it's something that makes a black character on the show look bad, okay, and you tell me, yeah, we can't really you can't do that. It's like, and I agree. We don't do it. Like, are we really gonna like you get fired? Now you're going to sue us, and you're suing me for bringing up an idea for an angle that we didn't do, and it's I don't know. It's just a really weird Pandora's box being opened here.
The thing is, I'm reading this here, right?
Right.
And so. It's don't make me take off my earrings, because you've seen that in so many movies, and it's so it's kind of ghetto, and probably these white guys are watching movies. Oh, that's kind of funny. Let's have her say it. And she's like, all that. I don't want to look like that. But then there's another thing here where they wanted. I don't. Who's Abrams? Who's that? Joe.
That's the woman that's suing.
Okay, so they wanted to do this Muslim angle between. I didn't even know Aaliyah was okay. Yeah, I didn't know she was Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that there was this big secret. The secret is he's behind the 9/11 attacks. As a Muslim, you don't want to be don't want to be part of that. Okay.
I'm aware of that. Let me just go ahead.
Okay. Then there's another one here where I think there were 3 that I read.
But I want to bring a point.
Yeah, there was.
Here's one. Reggie, let me finish. Reggie, who I'm glad he's not there anymore, was supposed to be dressed in drag while people were hunting him down. That's kind of racist there.
Okay. But did any of this stuff get on television?
No.
No, but I think. I think let me finish, dude.
Go ahead.
But I think the thing is that there's a pattern of insensitive racist. And that's what she's probably arguing. She's saying, look, this happens a lot and may or it may not. Who knows if she's lying? But if they bring Bianca to testify and they bring these other people to testify, I wonder if Bianca will testify and maybe get fired, or maybe they won't fire because they make her look good, or maybe they'll de-push her. There's so much going on here, but the best way to find out is taking this to trial. Okay, let me just say this. When I sued TNA for racial discrimination, they did not want to go to trial because they would have been buried big time.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Well, it says here, just real quick, DI, it says here she was fired last year after WrestleMania for bringing a commemorative chair home. And, of course, her position seems to be, hey, because I spoke up about this racial environment that I wasn't comfortable with. That's why I got fired. But
yeah, and she said
a year to sue as well.
No, not even that. Supposedly, she says that the white people took the chairs home and they weren't fires. And like, bro, it's like, you know what this sounds like? I don't know the details, but just on the surface.
Well, I don't think the chair thing was because she was black. I think the chair thing is like Joe said, because she had spoken out.
Okay, so but here's my thing. It seems to me like, like you kind of got to be very adverse as to hiring social justice warriors. Like this person is like is suing over creative room discussion conversations. None of this stuff got on TV, except maybe the line by Bianca. But the other stuff they're talking about, there wasn't the nine. But bro, honestly, you're going to sue me if I come at, hey, you know what, we should make Ali is behind the 9/11 attacks. Yeah. Konnan says, bro, you can't do that. That's like, all right, okay, when we don't do it. Like now it's like,
I agree with
but here's my thing.
This
sounds like you're getting sued over thought crimes. Is what this sounds like. Like you're getting sued for having ideas and verbally telling people your ideas that are racially insensitive, that they think they're racially insensitive, and you discuss it, and it never gets. You don't end up doing them. That's what this sounds like.
Well, one of them
like,
is because,
which is like, go ahead.
But one of them, and we don't know what happened in the other two cases, because I just read it while you were talking for the first time, where Bianca says they asked her to do that 3 different times.
Right. And
so they kept asking her, and they kept asking, and she was saying, no. I wonder how many times they went to talent. They're like, I'm not doing that. So there's another part of the equation we don't know.
Right. You know what this shows me? Is what a disaster the professional wrestling business would be if it was unionized. Because then all of a sudden now, like everybody would have to worry about what they say, what they do. It's just like there'd be like all this, like bro.
Well,
it's
just
like
stupid racial shit, dude, and you won't have that problem. Now, I'll give you an example. When I was in Impact, your friend and mentor Terry the Stooge Taylor, he once wanted me to do an angle. Do you remember Monty Brown Disco?
Yeah, of course. I like Monty Brown.
Neelix Skipper.
Yeah.
And so there was like about 4 black guys and 4 black, and they wanted to do a black versus brown feud. And he was like, yeah, everybody's going to want to see that. And I was like, no, not everybody, only white boys. I'm not doing it. Okay. Another time they wanted me to fight somebody with a Mexican fighting stick. And I was like, what in the is that? And they couldn't even really explain it to me.
Yeah. There's always been
curious. I'm curious because I can't find out this woman's history, where they got her from. Was she a fan? What did she know about wrestling and the environment before she got into it?
Maybe, or what if she was fired? What if she sucked as on creative?
And remember,
what if this girl contributed nothing? It's like, I don't know.
A woman last year or something out of the comedy world who actually tweeted like, I don't know why they contacted me. I've never even watched wrestling, and people, of course, got into an uproar. So I'm just wondering how experienced she was with wrestling, if she was a fan, and what she knew about what she was getting into. You know?
Good point. Yeah. So after,
why don't you track her down and we'll get her on the show and we'll find out ourselves.
Yeah.